Sega.
Howdy everyone, I'm the Black Shadow, in person no less, and welcome to not just a brand new Let's Play series, but probably a bad idea. Probably.
Beauty and harmony, governed by one eternal law. All that begins must end. The reign of the old shogunate is over.
Too true. Too true. I do like this intro. I don't get to see it often, but I do like it. Corporal Badass just waltzing through here. Come get you some, lad. Ooh. 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 And your winner by knockout. Yeah, very happy I would be. Oh! Oh, that's pretty rude. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. Welcome to Total War Shogun 2. Or Shogun 2 Total War, whichever you prefer. So, I do have a reasonable amount of experience with the Total War series. Mainly the older games, you know, your Rome Total Wars, Medieval 2 especially, the stainless steel mod as a good example. But I don't really play very much of the later games, you know, your Napoleons, your Attilas, your Empires. But then there's Shogun 2. This game has been made available free for small periods of time over the past year or so as part of, obviously, with COVID lockdown and everything like that. Developers have done so a couple of times. And I do think that this game is a really, really strong starting point for people who have not really played Total War games much. And I understand that me doing it in the series on this channel, outside of RTK and doing Alonso at the moment, I've never really done anything like this before. And that's fine. You know, the combat is, you know, not too overly complicated, usually pretty short, pretty sharp. The overworld as well, you don't get given the most amount of decisions to make, which is both good and bad, in that the ones you do take are very important, and you do need to think ahead about what you're doing. Especially when you take this game on the hard difficulties, like I'm about to do so. I have had 2 punts of this game before, and I have not beaten this game. I have not won. Probably because I'm a fool taking on difficulties like this. So we're going to be playing a brand new game with the base Shogun 2. And yeah, I wanted to have one more crack at this, and I wanted to record it. And I wanted to be able to hopefully enjoy it with you guys, and hopefully not just get crushed within the first 5 years, which is not all that uncommon. So here is our map of Japan. You are given the choice of full 12 major clans in which to choose from and how you wish to begin and play your game. Some of them are fairly straightforward, fairly easy. You know, you got the Chosakabe on their own island on their own here. Easy expansion, easy defense, can go from there. Any choice of direction to go from there. You've got your Shimazus and your Dates and corners. You know, pretty decent spawns. You know, easy to build up. Trade posts nearby, all sorts of things. Then you've got your more interesting campaigns. You've got your Moid, for example, very strong. But admittedly have pretty powerful rivals to deal with. It's kind of the same for the Hojo as well, although they're a little bit more fortified in. And then you've got, you've got like your Ikko Ikkis and your Otmo clans, both of diverging faiths, so that presents its own unique challenges and problems. Then you have your really tough campaigns. You know, you've got your Odas here, who are not a bad faction at all, but starting this incredibly busy part of the map. And there's so much going on here. You've got the Tokugawa, who start off as vassals of a different faction, so that puts them in an incredibly difficult start position. And then you've got who we're going to be playing. And that is the Uesugi, led by Lord Kenshin himself. I reckon it's between the Uesugi and the Tokugawa for the two most challenging beginning positions of the entire game. The Tokugawa was fairly obvious. They're a vassal of different factions. That incurs all sorts of problems with that. The Uesugi are independent. In fact, they have their own vassal state at the beginning of the game. But there are many, many, many problems that we face. To the east, we have the powerful Date and Megami clans. The Ashina down here as well, who could be friends, who could be enemies. To the south, you've got the likes of the Hojo clan. You've got the Takeda, the Imagara even as a potential distant threat. And then if we go east, we start dealing with the likes of the Ikko Ikki, who have a different religion, and so we have all those sort of religious issues as well. Also, to problem with the Uesugi is that the benefits that they get don't really help you early game. We get reduced combat, recruitment costs and upkeep for our warrior monks, who are our speciality. They're pretty fun, pretty powerful melee fighters, and to be in the right hands and well used, are pretty solid, decent, mid to late game characters. The operant words being, of course, mid to late game. We do also get some bonus trade income, which is pretty nice to have, a little bonus on all trades of other factions. The issue, though, with that is keeping decent trade relations going for any length of time in this game is pretty challenging. And we're not really located anywhere near any sort of trade posts with other nations outside of the game map, so trying to keep those on the secure is going to be difficult too. We do also get +2 success chance of mock actions, which is... sure, okay, I guess I'll take it. But yeah, we start in an incredibly difficult position. Our home province as well of Echigo is one of the largest land provinces in the entire game, which means journeying to any nearby castles to actually look to attack is very difficult. And it's not the most fertile ground either. It's not the richest at all. So we are going to have to address that incredibly quickly. We are going to be playing this as a long campaign. So I will have up to the winter of 1600 to conquer 40 provinces, including those highlighted. So about 200 or so turns. We're going to be playing the game on very hard, which means that basically, as far as the campaign map is concerned, the AI are completely unshackled and have all sorts of advantages over the player. The only difference between very hard and legendary is that it enforces battle realism for combat, which means there's certain things that you can't do, and it also only gives you the one save file, which for the purposes of recording is just not practical, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. We're also going to be turning off player drop-ins, because I don't like them, and we're also going to be using 40-minute battle time limits. As I say, battles in this game are usually pretty quick, and don't take too long. Occasionally in these sort of weird stalemate positions, though. So for those situations, I will put in at 40 minutes, just so it doesn't drag on and on and on and on and on. I won't show off every battle, but just in case weird things happen, you never know. Also to note, I will be running this campaign with a couple of minor mods working in the background. They will be linked in the description below, just kind of to help the AI not just contribute to the same type of unit, diversify their armies, and also to kind of make the diplomacy system, in my view, a bit more sensible and make more logical sense. But other than that, the AI is probably going to ruffle stomp me, and it's going to be pretty brutal. These will also be longer videos as part of this series, being that it is a game like Total War. So, you know, doing it in 30-minute segments, there's only so much you're ever going to get done, you know? This is going to really, really hurt. One of my 2 attempted campaigns for this was the Uesugi, by the way. So, yeah. I have plans. We need to enact them.
1545. This is Sengoku Jidai, the age of the country at war.
He's not kidding.
For 200 years, the Ashikaga shoguns have ruled from Kyoto. Great splendor and power were theirs. Now the overmighty clans no longer obey.
Oh boy, is he right.
The time has come for a new warlord to become Shogun.
Assuming this game looks really good, especially like in the actual in-game engine, this game looks amazing.
But who will be victorious?
And I love the whole period as well. Fascinates me.
Uesugi lands have always provided for our people. Our enemies are many and envious. They threaten our borders and look for any weakness.
Oh, yes, they do.
Faith is our strength, our wellspring. Let others be corrupted. We have the guidance of heaven.
Yes, Bishimonton and all of that stuff. The God of Death, I think he was meant to be? I forget exactly. God of War? God of War.
Our monks pray, but they also fight, and fight well.
Here's our monks. Again, will be really good when we eventually get them.
But weapons alone do not win wars. Our merchants are cunning. Wealth buys many victories.
We're going to need a shit ton of it.
Bishamonten, the war god, has woken. Now is the time to defeat our enemies. All will bow to the Uesugi clan. We wait no longer. Destiny calls.
This is going to end so badly. Why am I doing this series? I have no idea. Because I'm a fool, apparently.
We are the Uesugi. Following the death of Lord Tamekage, dominion over our clan had befallen his son, Harukage. This did not sit well amongst the great Uesugi retainers, who found him weak of body and will. By their recommendation, Harukage's young but well-respected brother has now been thrust into power. This has divided the clan.
Yep.
The Uesugi face only suffering at the hands of Harukage and his entourage. His forces must be crushed.
We start in civil war,
Only
because
then
of course we do.
Can we be one? Once our internal strife has been addressed, we must turn our attentions to the warmongering Jimbo clan of Echu province to the southwest. Although we are fortunate enough to be at peace with our remaining neighbors,
Murakami,
the clan must grow, and so we
Yamanuchi,
must choose our
our vassals.
conquests wisely. Echigo has a strong seafaring tradition. We could use this to construct an invasion fleet with which to conquer nearby Sado Island. The precious metals abundant
Very
there
important.
will greatly aid further expansion. Capturing Fukushima to the east should also be considered, for the quality timber found there will also serve our naval ambitions. Maintain our alliance with the Yamanouchi, and we can be sure of support when others turn against us. For as we gain influence, we are sure to draw the ire of Kyoto. Should the Shogun feel threatened, he will rally his subjects against us. In that event, we must be prepared to fend off all who would attack us, no matter from where that threat emerges. If the Shogun wishes to halt our expansion, let him come here and reckon with us himself.
Yeah. Realm Divide is going to kick my ass, just like it kicks everyone's asses. Alright then, so I'm going to go and put myself up here for the purposes of the series. It's the best place I can put myself. Yeah, for those of you who aren't very familiar with Total War games, I will explain as we go a few of the key concepts of what you're trying to do. So a lot of it's fairly commonsensical what you're trying to do. But for a campaign like this, you have to have a plan of what you want to do. Otherwise, you will be annihilated by the AI. They will crush you. And I do have a plan of how I want to approach this beginning of the campaign. If you can get through the first sort of 5 or so years of the game and be in a decent position, it's from there you can start considering to sort of really start pushing things. But it's all about giving yourself the best start that you can, which is very important. So, our first mission, should we choose to accept it, which we have no choice but to do, is to deal with our civil war and take out the Harukage here, who are the splinter faction, basically, of ourselves. If we can do so and get rid of them completely, we will get a bonus to our wealth generated in buildings in the province, which would be nice to do, you know? That would be good. Blah, 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 blah. We'll talk more about how to become Shogun later on. It's a bit of a distance. So, first thing we're going to do, before I talk about anything to do with the map, is we got to deal with this army here. It's a pretty decent army, as we're playing on very hard. It basically is the exact mirror match for ours, so we're going to need to deal with it. Here is Kenshin Uesugi. Here is our daimyo, our ruler and leader. One other advantage the Uesugi do have is that Kenshin, I believe, is possibly the youngest leader in the entire game at the start. Which means that if you can keep him alive, like, he can basically survive the entire game. And because the game is 55 years, and Kenshin can basically survive virtually all of that, assuming you don't get him killed in battle. So there's a lot of potential there, which is very nice. So we're going to move Kenshin's unit here and join him with the rest of our army, with our brother Masakage, and we've got some units here. So, the way combat works, basically, or our units are, there's effectively 2 separate classes of units in this game at a broad distinction. You have your samurai. These are your professional units. These are the guys that are drilled and trained for battle, and later game, this is obviously going to be the backbone of your army. But early on, you're not going to be able to produce these in any great quantity, so you're going to have to rely on your Ashikaga units. These are basically peasant units, drafted, effectively militias, if you will. And you can see here, abilities-wise, they are far, far weaker than your samurai, even though they do the exact same functionality. So, we're going to have a lot of this early on, which aren't too bad. To be fair, the bow Ashigaru, I think, are pretty solid, and I really enjoy archery in this game. I think they're really, really strong. But, you know, it's only so far you can get yourself. So we're going to have to deal with the army here of Nagao Harukage, and this is our first objective. So, we're going immediately to war. Numbers are even, as you can see here, although we do have a technical advantage as we have an extra unit. But other than that, the numbers are the same. So, let's go kick their asses, hopefully. It's going to be pretty important for us to not take too many casualties in this battle. But you can't always control what happens. The AI are pretty decent in fighting when they want to be. Alright then, we can wait for some different weather conditions, but dry weather, I'm happy with that. That will suffice. Okay, so let's sort out our army. So, the enemy will typically look to go onto this hill area up here, and they're going to basically look to hide in the forest and wait for you to come for them. They are on the defensive, so we have to make the aggressive acts. So, going to go ahead and put our bows up front. We're going to put them in a loose formation. This makes them much more harder to be hit by opponent archers. And that's what they're going to be doing early on, just doing some skirmishing. We're going to put our professional Yari behind them. The peasant Yari will be behind that, our spears, and then our 2 cavalry behind. Formation doesn't really matter too much in this battle. It's not a big deal. And we're going to group them together so that they stay in formation. We will not be needing that, and we will not be needing that. So, let's start moving forward here. Here's the enemy army, so we can see there. The cavalry on the left side. Here's their samurai unit. Very, very dangerous. So, playing on very hard, the AI gets multiple benefits against the player, both in the campaign map, but also in battle. Enemy AI units are typically harder to break, And although they may not statistically, in theory, have any actual advantages over you, they ultimately do. So it's very difficult to be fighting battles where you're at a reasonable disadvantage because you're just going to get overwhelmed and there's only so much you can do. But battles in this game are generally pretty sharp. They don't take too long, and your best bet is just trying to go for shock breaks of the enemy, make them run, make them think it's all over, and then just run them down. That's generally going to be the best thing for you to do here. Let's speed up here a little bit just to help with this. So, our first objective is we're trying to deal with these enemy archers. They're going to be a real problem, and we need to deal with them. We have our own archers, but they've got forest cover, which is going to make them very hard to shoot. So I need to try and lure them out of there, which is going to be the intended plan. So, we're going to get one of our peasant units here, and we're going to get them out. We're going to take them out of the group here. We're going to put them on loose formation as well. What we're going to do is we're going to move them into the open area here. We're also going to move our bows down about... Not quite there. Move him up to like there-ish, I guess. I think he should still be in cover. It's fine. We're going to move our Yari in behind. We must be careful with our moves here because we do risk the cavalry here just charging us, and that would be really, really bad. Let's get our other peasant in there in cover. Okay, so that's got the attention of the archers here. So what we're going to look to do is we're going to try and run our dudes away. Hold fire, hold fire. Don't... No. Don't give yourself away. Don't give yourself away here. So we're going to try and see if we can't lure these guys out the forest. There we go. They're taking the bait. Good. We're going to try and lure them out sort of around here-ish. About there. That should suffice. But because our peasants are in loose formation, it's going to be very hard for them to really get much damage to us. So let's keep running them away and see if the archers will continue to take the bait here. All my foot units are hidden here. And importantly, my archers are not advancing. So what this is doing is it's letting them hide. They're in the cover. They're not seen. We're going to try and bait the archers closer so that we can just shoot them to death, basically. We can take them out of... we can put them in tight formation again. They're still hidden, technically, but they are probably coming towards us. There they are. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's open fire. They may also be trying to shoot my cavalry, which would be pretty freaking rude. So we're going to move them there. The cavalry do not hide in the... they are not hidden by the forest, so... Can you not shoot them? There we go. Okay, so they've taken the attention of the archers here. So fire being returned. There we go. And now they're starting to... The trees are going to cover some of the shots, but we are still in heavy advantage here, which is good for us. Right, let's move our Yari up a little bit here. We've got to be careful. This cavalry unit could charge us at any moment, and if so, we have to run these back immediately and get our elite spears here ready to deal with that. I don't really want them this near the archers. That is a little risky, but it is what it is. But ultimately, we are getting casualties on these Yari, and this is good. They are losing troops. Good. Okay, then. Let's skirmish away here for a bit. I'm not too worried about the losses. I'm going to take it. It's not the biggest deal. Just fire away here. They're going to run out of ammo probably before I will, so... both units only get about, like, 20-odd shots or so, base game. I'm not doing as much damage as I would like, but this is all good. It also drains out their ammo, which is all good for us. We'll keep going forward a little bit longer. I would like to have lured them out a bit more effectively than this, but it's still not too bad. Yeah, see, they're down at 80. They're also not too happy with the losses they've taken. So I've got to be a little bit cautious here. I'm going to be doing my best to play these battles and not freaking...
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
What am I talking about? All right, okay, we're out of ammo here, so that's bad. I think looks like they've run out of ammo as well by the looks of things. Okay then, so let's run them away. We've done all we can do here. Right. So now we need to look to advance. We've done all the skirmishing we can muster. It'll have to do. So let's move you up. Move our elite spears up. They've got elite spear unit up here as well. So what I'm going to look to do is try and hold them on the right flank here. And then I'm going to basically look to use my cavalry here just to shock hit the right side. In fact, I'm even going to move Kenshin over as well. It's a little risky. I should probably keep the bows here as well. They can just... They're not great melee fighters, but it'd be better than nothing. This is going to have to do here. Alright. Group can go. We ain't going to need this anymore. Okay, right. Everyone get in position. Good. Alright, let's start moving. We don't have to rush. They're out of ammo, so we're all good here. Move the bows up as well. At what point do I move the Yari? I can't... Yeah, there's the bows. But again, they're out of ammo, so they're just kind of sitting there. So I think what I'm going to do here is engage here and move them up. Let's go. Generals have a radius around them, by the way, so this blue circle. As long as units are protecting that radius, they will feel more confident and less likely to break. Right, let's go. Right, just hold tight. Alright, stay, stay. I should have put them on guard mode so they wouldn't run. Right. That'll do. Let's kick some ass. Go get them, boys! Alright, cavalry. Around the side. Don't move them in too much. Right, I'm going to rally, which is going to give our guys a bit of a morale boost for now. Don't want our cavalry getting involved in the fight on there. Here we go. We just want to go for a mass break here. There's the cavalry. The samurai are waiting. This is fine. They're not engaging. This is cool with me. Gotta be careful. That cavalry can move at any moment. That is a dangerous unit. That will kick my ass if I'm not careful. Masakaga's gonna be really, really careful here. Breaky bastards! There we go. Broken. Good. Right. We'll leave the cavalry to try and pick off some of these loose dudes if we can. Right, let's inspire our Yari samurai here, and they're going to get stuck into theirs. Throwing the peasants against them is going to be a very bad idea. They're going to get mown down. Okay, good. Right, all the infantry and the bows, just go get you some. And just overwhelm them here with just pure numbers. Right, Masakage, you go after the Ashigaru there. Run them down. Make sure they don't decide to do something stupid. Right, it's inspire the Ashigaru units so they just don't break. Gives them bonus to combat as well as just tons of goods here. Right. Let's move our cavalry up as well. And let's move him down. We're going to need to do some rallying here. The cavalry have not moved, which is fascinating. I didn't expect this. Right, cavalry, cavalry. Right, hit the samurai from behind. We are taking a lot of losses here, but it's a good unit. Here they come. Hit him from behind. Don't want to stick him in there. Just break. God damn it. Break. Because they're going to murder my cavalry. Look at these fuckers. They don't understand what retreat means. Alright, pull them out. And we just pull them out, pull them in, and we just keep charging. See how good this unit is here. Yeah, we got problems. Our Ashigarus are struggling here as well. Oh, damn it. I almost want to dismount, but it's like so risky. Yeah, they are not running. These fuckers are crazy. At least my guys are getting plenty of experience, so I guess that's good. Or I could also go for the cavalry, but I gotta break this unit here. They're running out of dudes. I don't know why the cavalry's not moving. I'm just recharging in here. Oh, they don't understand how the meaning of retreat, do they? Unbelievable. Problem is, our cavalry's now not really strong enough to deal with the Yari. We have to get this unit killed. Okay, they're gone. Right, the Yari have retreated. Good. Right, now we can get our spears on their cavalry here, which is going to have to do. Right, we just send everyone in on the cavalry now. Our spears will do a big number against them, so it's good. It's nice we can win this battle without much losses, but this has not been the way here. This is spear cavalry though, so they're going to do some damage. I just need them to run. That's all I want.
My lord, a glorious
There we go.
victory
They've run.
will
Thank
soon
God
be
for that.
yours.
Oh, it's not an easy fight. We got him. Good. Alright then, awesome. And then we just run down whatever we can here. I don't expect to get particularly far this, but I'll try. But yeah, the cavalry's running, what's left of it. We did some good damage there. Very nice. We'll take the win. It was a little painful, which is not ideal for us, but we'll take it. Sorry about that, folks. There is a weird bug on my version of the game. I don't know why, but the first battle in a session, it kind of goes a bit weird, and it never happens again. It's strange. But anyway, we win. We got some decent experience for our units, which I guess is good. And our units will restore and recover. Yeah, the experience is pretty good there, but we did take some pain, which is unfortunate. It is what it is. Ultimately, not much left of them either. Would like to have gotten some more experience for Kenshin himself, but it's fine. He's got bags of time. Alright, what's left of them then? Just the bow unit. Alright, that's pretty cool. We can deal with that. Actually, I'll tell you what, we're going to get Kenshin to deal with this himself. Like, he should be fine. I guess we'll send him with the samurai as well. And what we're going to do, we're going to send everyone back here. They can go back home. The job is done. And we'll just get these guys just to finish them off. I'll do this off screen. You don't need to see this. So ultimately, my Yari ended up getting the experience, not my general, which wasn't the plan. But you know what? It's still pretty good for me. Either way, we win. It's GG. Awesome stuff. Very nice. We also get a rank up as well for Kenshin, which is good. Which is very good. Gives inspired notes, so we get extra money. And he goes up in rank, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. Right, okay then. So that's job done. So we'll start moving then towards towards our city. So now with that dealt with, we can start talking about the actual map situation, diplomacy, and what we're actually looking to do here. So, a good place to start is going to be Echigo. Let's have a look at Echigo in more detail. This is our home province. And this is what we've got here. We are generating this amount of wealth. This is our tax rate. This is how much we actually take out of the province. Although it's making like 1,400 gold, we only get 30% of that at the moment, which is a little unfortunate. We'll need to find ways to get more money out, but it'll be fine, you know. It'll be fine. So most cities in this game, or a lot of the more important ones, have specialities. It was hinted at a few of them that we've got. Like, we have a seafaring tradition. Sado here has a gold mine. Fukushima here has good timber, that sort of thing. And these play factors in what you want to do with your cities and what you want to intend to do with them. Now, one of the big things you've got to decide when you have cities is very unlike a lot of other Total War games where you just get basically like say 15 family trees of buildings, and as you go up in ranks and cities, you just improve them one by one and you just have all of them. That's not how this game works. In this game, you have exceptionally limited options of what you want to do, and thus you are forced to try and specialize your cities in particular ways. And so that's only some of them can be used to recruit lots of troops. Only some of them can be your gold generators. And you have to do that. And you have to be prepared to change them as well. Like, if your situation changes, you can't be hard and fast on that. This is a thing that is pretty different to this game compared to a lot of other Total Wars. But I do like it as a game mechanic. I think it's pretty good. So, we have a merchant colony because of naval tradition, which gives us a bit extra money. And also gives us better ship recruiting, which we'll need as well. We also need to decide what we're going to do. Our first task is to take Sado Island, because we need its gold so that we can compete with the AI. Because we're playing them very hard, the AI will be given tons of money every turn. Like, they just get a flat rate of, I don't know how much money it is per turn, but it's a lot. And as such, if we want to even try and consider competing financially, we're going to need this island, and we're going to need it immediately. Like, as soon as physically possible. So, our first turn is going to be spent improving our coastal village, which is here, to a harbour, which lets us recruit ships. And then, the other thing we're going to be doing is improving our farms. This is probably generally the most important thing you can do in any city at any point. And the reason for that is because it has multiple factors. We'll look at our town growth here, for example. Our town is currently not growing. It's actually shrinking ever so slightly. And the reason for that is because our tax level is outstripping the growth of the town buildings. This will be fixed very, very shortly. However, food is incredibly important in your game. The reason for that is that you need food in order to improve your cities. So, like, our city here is a fort, for example, which consumes 1 food to have. If we want to upgrade it to a stronghold, we need a 2nd food unit. Now, you don't have to have, like, permanently, like, if you don't have enough food, you physically can't get what you want. But what it does mean is that you are going to start crippling your cities, and this needs to be addressed. And the way to do that is to improve your farms. You get plenty of money for these anyway, so you want to be doing this. And if you have a surplus of food in your entire empire, all cities get bonus growth to them every single turn. And that plays such a big factor long term. So we're going to be doing that very importantly. I will be improving everything else, but we're going to be worrying about that next turn for a good reason. So, things that we need to address immediately and sort out. Where do we want to start? Let's have a look at our finance, just to give you an idea. Here's the map as overall. We can set our tax rate between very low and very high. This should be normal pretty much all the time. We've got an example of our trade, of which we're not doing much. We are trading the Yamanouchi, as they are vassals. We also have a trade partnership with them as well. So we make some money from them. They make some money from us. And our summary overall, we start with 2,000 gold. This is our amount we're getting taxes from Echigo. 73 from trade with the Yamanouchi. And because they are our vassal, they must give us 50% of all money that they generate every turn. So keeping them alive and on our side is going to be pretty useful to us. We can earn a pretty decent upkeep from them. However, they are going to need protecting to do so. And that is something we'll be dealing with very, very shortly. So we're making that much, spending that much on our units. That's pretty fine. Okay, next thing we're going to be doing is looking at our... Here's our clan overall, by the way, just to show you how this looks. We are Shinto Buddhists, as are most nations in the game. We start off at war with the Jinbo, who are to the west, and all that stuff. And that's all lovely and good. Here's our family tree. It's just Kenshin at the moment, and his brother Masakage, and a records list for the sake of it. Mastery of Arts we need to deal with. This is your technology trees for the game. There are 2 distinct sides of it. You have Bushido, which is your military capabilities, you know, your strategies, your tactics, your command. And you got the Way of Chi, which is much more culture. This is your finance. This is your diplomacy. This is the whole other side of that things. And we'll need to deal with both of them. Now, for us to look to get hold of our monks, we need to get Essence of Spirit, taking this route here. The problem is to get those units, I also need additional buildings as well, and I'm not going to be able to support them immediately. It's going to take us a while to get this, and then being able to buy these things is going to be expensive as well. So the first thing I'm going to be doing and going for is equal fields. And the reason for that is it gives, well, the market immediately, which we need. And then this is nice to help keep our upkeep costs down, because we do have additional costs, which the AI do not pay, because we're playing very hard. And equal fields gives us improved farms, which we need immediately. I may at some point quickly delve into Bushido, just to get extra morale, but this is going to be my immediate first term goal, and we're going for that. And then lastly, we have diplomacy. This is one of the most important parts of Shogun 2. If you don't do diplomacy well, you're going to get murdered, and that's a problem. So here is us, and very nice you've got this map here, which gives you an idea of all these nations around you and what they think of you. This is the Jinbo. They hate us, which is why we're at war. Which makes sense. We've got the Yamanouchi down here, who are vassals, and, you know, they quite like us, so it's like, it's all well and good. They're like, yeah, sure. This is good stuff. So we've got 3 clans around us. We've got the Ashina Clan, we have got the Megami, and we have got the Murakami, who are not going to be playing a very big part in this game. They're going to get crushed very quickly, so they're not a big deal. We have to choose who we want to be our friends. And we have to make these choices very, very carefully. Now, the problem you have in this game is that there is a ton of variance with the AI. You could play 5 games of this, and the map will look different every single time. Different factions will win different battles, and they'll recruit differently, and just get roles their way. And, you know, clans that maybe the first time spread out and take 10 provinces, the second time are dead within a year. It's literally that easy in this game, and a lot of shit's going to happen. But there's a few things that we can realistically look to do. So, first clan we're going to look at here is the Megami Clan. These are to the northwest, northeast even. They're trading with the Ashina, and they're also at war with the Date, who are here, as well as the Honma, who are on this island here. That's not a big deal. Now, I want to be friends with these guys. The reason is that we can't realistically fight each other unless we go naval. There's no easy land route between the two. And it's possible they might win. They're probably not going to win, but it also just serves as front. And there's no reason not to ally these guys. So we're going to go and chat with them.
Speak, and I will listen. If I can help, I will try to do so.
You'll be fine. You also get an idea of what situations are, so we're pretty friendly with them to start off with. They're pretty ambitious, they want to look to expand, but if we put deals with them, they're very unlikely to break them, and that's good. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to look to get a trade agreement with them, because trade's good for both nations. If this say satisfied straight away, you might as well try and see if you can get a little bit of money out of them. I might be able to get like 100 or so gold out of them. Sometimes they just won't play ball, yeah, like here for example, but you know, it's worth exploring. We'll be messing around on all this next turn. But we'll just get a trade deal going between us.
A proposal as straight and true as an arrow's shaft. My lord will accept. May good fortune favor us all.
Very nice. And now that we've got that established, we can now look to set up an alliance.
There is always a welcome for you, and a receptive
and again,
for your ideas.
I'll have a little flirt, so you can get like 100 gold out of them to do it. They probably won't accept. Nah, it's fine. Not a big deal. That's cool. Let us ally. Lovely.
And so, we have an agreement. When friendship and statecraft meet, how could it be otherwise?
Very nice. So we are good friends, and I don't expect this to break. Now, we've also got the Murakami side. They're not a big deal. They're also not going to trade with us. The reason for that is because they are allied with the Jinbo clan, so they're not going to want to ally with us. That's ridiculous. We also learned a few more clans around us. The Ogagyatsu down south, the Satake, the Satomi as well. So, information. Then we've got the Ashina Clan. Now, this is your first real decision of the game of what you want to do with the Ashina. They're pretty friendly, and if we want to be friends and good friends with them, we can definitely do that. The problem is that I really want to look to take Fukushima. Fukushima is a very, very important city. It's easy enough for us to defend. It's a nice choke point here to defend from all directions, and they've got the timber. I really want to take this if possible, but you don't quite know what's going to do, and our first priority must be Sado Island. It absolutely must be Sado Island. So, for that respect, I'm going to be friends with them, but I'm not going to ally, and I'm going to kind of see how the ground plays out and work it out from there. So we'll deal with them. We'll trade with them. Get a trade.
Welcome.
See if we can get like 100 gold out of them.
And tell me of the concerns that bring you here.
Nah, not interested. That's cool. So we'll just trade with them. And we could definitely ally. 100% we could try ally with them.
So, the deal is done.
And they do trade the Megami as well, but yeah.
Indeed,
I could definitely ally,
friend.
but I'm going to choose not to do so for now. I can always ally them later on if ground doesn't really work out. But I think that's good. Just have them on our side. It's all nice. Also very nice at this game that I appreciate is that you can overlook your various clans and you can get like a numerical rating governing like how you're friends and why you're friends and like the drift between like how things go. So for example, the difference I've got with this diplomacy mod is that what it used to do when you have you're allied with someone, if you start at plus 100 and it goes down, and for me that makes no sense. So the mod I've got puts it at a base of a 40 start, but it increases as you go. And this should encourage the AI to try and keep their alliances and have these alliance blocks and protect each other, rather than just constantly stabbing each other in the back, which admittedly happened a lot in the period, but I think this makes it a better game. That's just me. Okay, so I think that's about everything we're going to be able to do here this turn. Yeah, I think that's everything that we can do here. There's nothing else to be done. Have that up. That's a nice little list. We can't trade with these various nations because we're not connected to them by land. Directly, so we'd have to do it navally, and we can't do that. We have no trade fleets currently. This will be addressed. But I think that is everything this turn that I can think of. Yep. All looks good here. Lovely. By the way, yes, one more thing as well. So the way our armies work with our units is that our troops will replenish over time. Now, be noted that a unit that costs one troop that has one troop will have the same upkeep cop as a unit with 150 troops because they replenish. So that is worth noting. Wow, you're nearly level 2. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Very, very nice. Okay then, and our Yari, of course, did get level 2. Oh, one more thing as well. Yes, Kenshin, he got a rank up, didn't he? Yes, so we can do this. Ranks up between 1 and 6. Each time you get up to rank, you get more skill points, and at 2, 4, and 6, you get a retainer, which is a random spawn of 2 things. You get to choose one. So, we get ourselves a couple of decent ones here. We get a Chinese courtier, which will give us a base +5 to diplomatic relations. That's not bad. And remember, Kenshin's going to be, hopefully, our ruler for the rest of the game. Or we can get the surgeon. Oh, my God. How do I turn that down? Base +5 replenishment rate all units. Ooh, wow. Oh, that's really good. And for what I'm going to be wanting Kenshin to do, I think I've got to take the surgeon. This would be nice. This is more important. That's a very, very nice pick. We'll take that. Here's our skill tree, by the way. You have to put in 1 point to unlock the lower part, but obviously once you only get to the applicable rank here. Kenshin's going to be doing a lot of fighting in this game. And I don't think he's going to be needing strategists too much at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and give him double warrior here to give him some melee defense. He's going to be needing it. For reasons I'll explain later. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So let's end our turn. This is always the longest turn into the first one. To set yourself up and make your decisions. And for me to explain the game and how it works. So, end our turn. There are a lot of clans in the game, by the way. As you will see. There are tons of them. Tons of them. There's the Ashina going south there to somewhere. Probably going to war with the Satake down there. Right, we've got another mission here. If we can master Essence of the Spirit, which is the one for the monastery, we can get ourselves a warrior monk unit, which is pretty good. And I would like that, but it's not a huge priority. Okay, so that's the summer. Let's go and get you guys back in here. There we go. And they're all getting the bonus now. Kenshin is officially controlling the city. Or the units, so they all get the bonus replenishment, which is nice. I'm going to be needing this here, because our replenishment to start with sucks. As does everyone's. So, it's the second turn, and this is also a big turn for us as well. So, as I've said, the AI on Very Hard will get a loads of money, just like a base X amount of gold given to them every single turn. Now, while that's admittedly a problem, and that's going to be hard for us to overcome, we can make some degree of use of it. Because I know that the AI values certain things. They really value certain things, and you can charge them a lot of money for it. You could argue this is maybe gaming the system a little bit, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a damn. They have so many advantages over you, you've got to do it. So, we're going to go to diplomacy here. And we're going to go and have a chat with Megami would be a good example, actually. We're really good friends with them, you know? So.
Come,
tea. Nice.
be seated. I will order tea, and we'll have agreement before sunset.
It's important to do this after the first turn, because you need to give the AI a chance to get the money dumped at their feet, which is what we're going to do. So, there's something that some forces really value. Many ones that are interested in expanding their borders. And the Megami here are a really good example for this, because they're not really ever going to attack me. They got enough problems, but they will still want it. And that is military access. You cannot enter another clan's territory unless you either own them or you're going to war with them. The only way to do that is to give military access to their lands. Now, I'm going to go ahead and offer him access for 20 turns, 5 years. He's never really ever going to land in my land unless he's trying to kill me. And he's like, yeah, sure, cheers for that. We're going to ask him for some money. We're going to ask him, I don't know, 3,000 gold? Not quite 3,000, but he will offer an amount. Maybe like, let's say 2,000. Okay, he'll take 2,000. Can we get, like, say, 2,500? And I'm literally about to do this for every single force that neighbors me. And I will be able to accrue a lot of money by doing this. And these are factions that either they're never going to actually end in my lands, or they're just, they're going to declare war on me first. It's very unlikely they're going to just sit up next to my city and then declare war. That's not really how the AI works. So, 2,100 gold, 20 turns, good deal. I like it. Lovely. Auspiciousness. Awesome. Okay then, good. Ashina Clan. Let's have a chat with you guys. Are you interested in this?
Come, be seated.
You might well be
I will
interested.
order
Alright.
tea, and
Can
will
we
have
get
agreement
2,500
before
out of you?
sunset.
Not quite 2,500. Can we get 2,200? Not quite 2,200. Can we get 2,100? They're haggling me down. Shrewd people. 2 grand? Okay. You actually, I thought you'd be paying more for this. Interesting. 18? 18 grand. No. 15? What the hell are you building, guys? Like, what have you done first turn? I dread to think. Okay, 1,700. That's not too bad. Again, they're never going to come this way. It's very unlikely, and I might ally with them later on anyway, so it's fine. Murakami Clan. They're probably about to get murdered. Do you want military access? You do. And like, you have to do this, folks, when possible. This is money that you can, basically free money for you to take. And it's like, the Murakami are never coming here. Ever in a million. You could play this game 1,000 times and the Murakami would never put troops in your lands once. It's never happening. Just impossible. Impossible. Okay, not that amount. Alright, so I've just gone through everyone here to check everything. You can only really ever do this with clans that border you via land. You can't really ever get this to work with clans that are outside your outside your sphere of influence, if you will. But it, you know, like I say, it definitely works. And by doing that, we've gotten like 6 grand for free. For 3 factions that are never going to move a single troop in here ever. They're just not going to do it. Or they're going to declare on me first for some crazy reason. It's just never going to happen. So, tons of free money. It's good. And now with that, we can suddenly upgrade everything we want. So, Fort, Stronghold in 3 turns. Awesome. Trails. Yes, I would very much like the road to improve movement. Some replenishment. Very nice. Merchant Colony. Now, we can improve this in 2 different ways. We can either get it to give us more money, or we can go for additional experience on our ship units. And we are going to need ships in this game, so we're going to take the pirate lair. It's going to be very important for us. Our farms will be done before the stronghold. This is very good. Now, what we're also going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and buy ourselves a monk.
A life of enlightenment is bliss, but to share this with the people is a greater gift. Monks inspire armies and generals, and can inspire a repressed Buddhist population to rebel.
So, agents play a very, very important role in Shogun 2, as opposed to a lot of other Total Wars where they're kind of there or thereabouts. They'd be pretty useful for you. Agents are very important in this game and need to be used well by the player, especially on hard difficulties, in order to try and survive. So, our monk can do a variety of things. He's acting as basically a bit of a scout and a bit of a nuisance and a hassle. Monks, much like generals, need to get experience so they can upgrade and get better at all the stuff that they do. But Munachika here is going to be pretty useful, and yeah, hopefully we'll do good for him. He's not looking too good for 27 years old, though. I'll give him that. Alright, other than that, not much else to do here. Let's keep an eye on, I want to keep an eye on the Yamanouchi here to kind of see what they're looking to do with their town there. This is going to be very interesting to see what they build here. Hopefully it's something military. It'll be pretty good for us. So yeah, nothing else to do here. We're all done. Everyone's in town. Everyone's doing that. One more thing I will do before we do it, and that is go into clan management. Let's go to our brother here. He's currently the Commissioner for Warfare. There are 4 commissions you can provide to your officers, which give little bonus abilities. I'm going to make him Commissioner for Finance, as it gives us some extra money, and it would also reduce upkeep for any units under his command, which I don't think affects us right now. But the extra money, you know, that's not totally inconsequential. This adds up over a while. And militaries, I don't really like. I think it's pretty rubbish, so we'll be fine here for now. Alright then, let us enter. So many clans, everyone. It didn't take long. It never, ever does. The Satomi want a piece of the Yamanouchi. The Yamanouchi are our buffer to basically this half of the map. If they want a piece of us, they must go through the Yamanouchi. As such, keeping them alive is going to be incredibly, incredibly important. And the Satomi want to piece them immediately. That's pretty bad for us, but it is what it is. So we're going to war, everyone. We're going to war. We're going to deal with this pretty early. Okay, then. Lots has happened already. Oh, my God. It's already kicking off. Wei Chi is mastered, which is good. Our next mission, capture a province. We get some extra cool arm spots. That'll be very useful for us when we get it. So, yep, we're cheese. We get extra clan rank. We can also build markets. We'll be using those later on. We pull state down this way. This is good. Okay. So the Satomi clan are down this way. Now, I'm very surprised that the Satomi want a piece of us. I'm very surprised by this, actually. I wasn't expecting this. So usually, if anything, it's via Musashi, the Hojo, or the Takeda when they take North Shinano. The Satomi, like, declaring's, like, notable, I guess, but they're never really ever going to get to me unless they move, like, this way, which is going to take them forever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is our monk. We're going to send him towards Etchu province, because he's going to act as a little bit of an advanced scout for us, a bit of a hassle against the Jinbo, and kind of seeing what the hell is going on. So, let's move him over. He'll be able to move in and out of lands totally freely. It's not worry. And off he goes. Fantastic. Jinbo have not sent an immediate army to attack me. Sometimes they do, but they have not done so today. Right. Yeah, they require a couple of turns of building up some cash before they can actually start, like, doing things properly. So they are going to need defending early on. I think our armies here. Okay, Kenshin's there. And the Yari's there as well. Okay, then. So what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to send a defense force down to the Yamanouchi to help them. Especially if they're about to get attacked here. So what I'm going to do is, well, hopefully pray a little bit. The Yamanouchi will be able to defend themselves. The problem is that when it comes to AI battles, the way the AI kind of calculates how things work, especially in siege defenses, which is what a lot of this fighting is going to be, the force that's defending the siege never seems to get really a decent roll of things. At least in my experience of the game. I could be wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a small unit down here just to basically hang around and assist in fights where the siege defenses can really get the most out of any attackers. Kenshin's going to be doing this. And we're going to send him with the Yari Samurai as well. And we're going to have them down there. They're going to do some fighting, a bit of experience. I can always move these forces back if I need to. I kind of want to keep the Yari, though. I might just move Kenshin down for now. It's kind of weird, the Satomi declaring? It's very strange. I don't ever see them attacking. I don't think they're going to. I'm unsure. We'll see. Okay, the Ikuiki and Hattori have gone to war straight away. That's kind of interesting. Ikuiki are here. The Hattori are down here. I'm guessing the Hattori took, like, Omi or something? I don't quite know how that's occurred, but okay. Construction's complete, which is good. 2 clans are already dead, including the Tokugawa. They're dead immediately. 2 turns. Gone. Just like that. This game is brutal. The Ogagiyatsu have also been destroyed as well. Ah, right. Okay, yes, that's how they're attacking me. They're already dead. Sometimes the Ogagiyatsu kind of diplomacy their way out of... Wait, what? No, that's the Satake. Okay, so they do get to take Shimatsuke. No, the Ogagiyatsu were in Shimusa. I'm losing track here. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Satake start with two territories. I'm being dumb. Not sure what to send. I'll think about it. Okay, while we're here, we are going to do some... start recruiting some ships. So, we're going to want to take look to attack Sado, like, instantly. So, we're going to go ahead and build a medium Bune. This will take a couple of turns, but that's fine. Now, our harbour, we want to improve this immediately because I want to get access to start building trade ships. We're going to need these to start getting some serious cash. Also, it would just be kind of to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get that now. It also gives me a trade route via the sea, which would be nice to have. Get some money that way. So we'll start constructing that. Now, I kind of almost want to start recruiting a couple of troops here, but I'm not going to do it immediately. This is so weird, being attacked by the Satomi clan. How are they ever going to attack? It's a weird spot, this, but I think I also kind of, like, want to have Masakage here. I want him controlling the units, because then I'm getting the reduced upkeep on them. Like, if I just move Kenshin out here, like, you know, it's 8 gold a turn. It's not inconsequential. So I guess I'm going to send Kenshin out, and I guess I'm just going to send him out on his own for now. Yeah, I'm just going to send him out for now, and we're just going to send him down here. All I need is 1 unit around, really, to just deal with things, and Kenshin should be fine by himself. He's getting improved replenishment courtesy of his surgeon, so that'll help with that there. And this will be fine. Okay, then. I don't think there's anything else for me to do here right now. The Bune is being made. We need to build some money up as well for when we take Sado. We need to improve this very, very quickly. I've kind of got to make things work in a reasonable sort of sequence, and hopefully it's going to work. This looks good. Everything looks good. We shall, yeah, we'll just move on. Sometimes the Yamanichi don't get declared on for ages. Oh my god. Oh shit. That is bad in many, many ways. Oh my god. Right. God. You gotta be kidding me. Instant declaration? Oh, fucking hell. That's bad. Okay. So, I've got to decide if I want to call my allies to help. The problem is, if they refuse... Well, the Yamauchi must accept because they're our vassals. But if I was to ask the Megami and then they declare... we officially, our alliance dies. Oh, if the clan is the aggressor, they can turn down without breaking the alliance. Yeah, if the request is made by the defending clan, they must help or break the alliance. The Megami ain't even going to help, but they can just ally and call it a day. I can always re-ally with them as well. It'll be fine. Oh, they accepted. Okay, good.
We will have war.
I wasn't sure they were going to do that. Okay, then. So, war it is. War it is. So, the Takeda have taken over the Murakami and are instantly declaring, "Hello, Jimbo Army." I was wondering when you'd show up. It wasn't going to be long. Okay, so this gives us some extra information. We've learned about the Hojo clan and the Takeda. Interesting to note that the Takeda did not request either of their allies to get involved in the fight, which is good for me, I suppose. So, my worst fear has happened. The Takeda start off allied, I believe, with the Hojo, and they've also allied with the Imagawa. This is really, really bad for us. There is now a triumvirate of power here, and they are just never going to declare on each other, and this can happen a lot in your games. Occasionally, these two will fight, occasionally, but it's pretty rare. But they have allied with the Imagawa, which is pretty catastrophic. Pretty catastrophic for me. That is very bad. But at least the Hojo haven't declared on me yet. They will. They will. They've also not allied with the Imagawa, which is notable, but they're very unlikely to fight. The Hojo are coming. Ah, jeez. Murakami are dead, and our constructions are finished. Okay, so let's get to move here. Now, armies that are in provinces that are either not theirs or our allied or whatever else, so that aren't friendly, we'll take attrition over winter. They will lose some troops. So we're going to send our monk down the back here just quickly, get some information. There's their ship just hanging there. Okay. And we're going to start looking to demoralize armies. To reduce the morale of the army for the turn, It's not doing anything else. It's just gaining experience for now. Damn. Okay, so he gets +3 experience for failing. He gets +15 for succeeding. That's a shame. So be it. And the +3's there. Good. I don't know what way the Takeda are coming. Now, they have two options in Shinano. They can either go this way, or they can go this way. I don't know what route they're going to take. Either way, we're going to move Kenshin down. He doesn't take attrition, because we're allied with or their vassals, the Yamanuchi. So we're now under their supply rates, not mine, but it's not a big deal. Holy Christ, instant declaration. Jesus, that's really bad. Okay, we're going to have to just hope that I don't get screwed here. I have to take Sado, and I have to do it immediately. So what we're going to do is Masakage is going to go, and he's going to take... Basically what the plan here for Sado is that they're going to have an army here. What I'm waiting for them to do is to build up their army, get a navy ship, go on the ship, and go adventuring. They tend to go down this direction to do... I don't know what, but they go and do something. Once they abandon the city, we attack whatever's left and we win instantly. That's the plan. We're going to need some troops to do this, though. So what we're going to do is... Oh, yeah, by the way, of course, because it's they're replenishing, they do lose a slight experience because obviously they're getting rookies in. So it's down to only 1 now, and this is lost as well. So that's, you know, a shame. So Masakage's going to go. He needs to go. He doesn't have to go. But I want him to go, because I want to try and get another general here soon. So we're going to take you. We're going to take you. I think we'll leave the bow unit here. I like using... Because I'm waiting for them to abandon the capital. So by the time we've done that, we shouldn't need the bows. So we should be fine. We want to need the bows here. We're going to need them. So, you guys go over there. We're going to have to start recruiting some troops here, which is kind of shitty, but it's what's got to be done. Okay. What are we going to want here? So, if they attack my city, it will be a stronghold by the time they get here. So cities have garrisons that are free. These are spawned every battle, which is a Yari spears, the peasant spears, also some retainers who are basically experienced katana guys. They're pretty good. So we want to focus on just recruiting some bowmen, I think. And we're going to go and get a couple of those. We get penalties to recruitment and upkeep, as you can see, because it's very hard. And the game is not very nice like that. I need to get my monk down here and working out what the hell's going on. It's going to be pretty important. Our ship's going to be built next turn so that he can then go in there and start looking to take that. Well, they're not looking. That's the plan. Oh, my God. That's so bad. That's so bad that Takeda insta-declared like that. And I guess I'd rather instant declare than they build up a power force and then declare on me. I guess. We'll have to see. Alright then, let's go do anyways for a first video. So I thank you all for watching. Again, these are going to be longer videos because that's the nature of them. So yeah, lots has happened already. We could have had better starts. We did take some pain, although we are recovering reasonably. So it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's obviously not ideal. But hopefully we'll be okay in that respect. So yeah, next time we're hopefully going to take Sado Island when they're not looking. We've got this Jimbo army which is going to look to harass us, and then I don't even know what's about to happen here, but it's all very, very scary. I kind of hope they're coming here. I'll see you then.